Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Mustang Arena for Game 1 of the 2021 Wekiva Girls Basketball Preseason Classic. Please welcome our guests. Wearing the black jerseys with blue trim, visitors on the scoreboard from Hagerty High School. They are the Huskies. And wearing the white jerseys, home on the scoreboard from Colonial High School, please welcome the Grenadiers. Let's meet the teams, beginning with our guests from Hagerty, starting at guard with 5'5" senior, number 3, Macy Merrihew. At shooting guard, number 5, Hannah Cohn. At small forward, number 11, Alyssa Hines. At center, number 13, Edie Wilkins. And finally for the Huskies at guard, number 33, Carson Stevenson. And now for the Grenadiers. Again, they will be home on the scoreboard today. Starting at guard, junior number 2, Sofia Barrero. Starting at wing, 5'4", junior number 5, Anaya Brown. At guard, sophomore number 10, Carmen Richardson. At post, senior number 22, Jaden Ross. And finally for the Grenadiers at guard, senior number 30, Camilla Zabinski. And the officials for today's game are from the Central Florida Officials Association here in Orlando.
I don't remember.
Mustang 30, I don't know what I'm on now. 8, capital M. And welcome to Mustang Arena. My name is Mark Barchi, voice of the Mustangs, and we are getting ready to launch into basketball season. Not officially the season yet, but it is, in fact, the 15th anniversary season. Coming up for Wekiva girls basketball, we'll get a chance to see the Mustangs later tonight, but we begin with the Hagerty Huskies and the Colonial Grenadiers, and it is great to be launching into winter sports. Our thanks to Keith Dickerson and his team at Wekiva Broadcast Production, joining us for tonight's game and bringing you all of the great action from multiple angles. My name is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs and Sports Information Director here at Wekiva High School. I am joined by Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief, and we will be taking you through tonight's first game of the preseason classic.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. And it is good to be starting the winter sports here at Wekiva. Of course, one quick note about the fall sports, since they just concluded, the football team finishes with a 4-6 record. Might not sound like that much, but they did win 4 out of their last 6, so certainly finished off strong. And now we move into winter sports, hoping to see Wekiva, the basketball teams, continuing where the football team left over. Of course, as Mark said, before Wekiva takes the court, this is Colonial in Hagerty, and we have a foul.
Foul is called against number 13, Edie Wilkins. That's her first of the team's first at the line, shooting for the Grenadiers, number 5, Anaya Brown.
So Brown will go up to the line. First opportunity for either team to score points. So Hagerty is coming off a 12-13 record. Colonial, traditionally a state championship contender. They come in 16-10, and they are in the white uniforms. Hagerty in the colored jerseys are traditional blue on light blue.
Held ball. Possession, Grenadiers.
No score, just starting the very first game of the 2021-22 season. Long shot. No dice. And this is Barrerio. She is joined in the starting lineup, if you joined us late, by Brown, Richardson, number 10, Brown number 5, Ross number 22, and Zabisky number 30. The drive from Colonial. Scored the rebound to Hagerty, and they'll come back to try to get the first basket, field goal of this game. The slash and dash along that left, no good. Hagerty counters with their starting lineup of Maryhugh, number 3, Cone, number 5, Hines, number 11, Wilkins, number 13, and Stevenson, number 33. 6:35 in the first quarter. I'm Neil Fisher alongside Mark Barchi, who also handles the public address announcing duties here at Wekiva. The dribble at the top of the key by Cone. And she's going to take it herself and stop, pop, no drop. Off the heel, strong rebound, doing some Windex work. Anaya Brown. Colonial back the other way and score the deuce.
Basket for the Grenadiers by number 10, Carmen Richardson. And we'll pause for a timeout. 30-second timeout requested by Hagerty.
So Richardson scores the first deuce of the season and gives Colonial a 3-0 lead.
Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher, and we are just 2 minutes into the preseason classic. Hagerty Huskies taking on the Colonial Grenadiers here in game 1 out of 4. And a high lob, risky lob over to the sideline. Hagerty struggling, getting double teamed, and it is stolen.
Come back the other way. Colonial unable to drop the basket. Both these teams are struggling here early, shooting under 20% from the field. Colonial rotates to the left sideline. They'll go back up to the top, reset with Maryhugh on the dribble. Cone down low.
And it's stolen, going the other way now. Nice pass. That is number 33, Carson Stevenson, on the assist to Edie Wilkins for 2.
Meanwhile,
shot won't fall for Richardson, and the rebound goes to Hannah Cone.
Cone will bring it up. Decides to go half court. Stop. No drop. Off the heel, a slow rebound.
We're going to get a foul on the rebound during the loose ball. Foul is called against Huskies, number 3, Macy Maryhugh. That's her first personal foul. And it's the team's second.
So Colonial with a 3-2 lead. Still early, just 3 minutes into this first game of the Wekiva Girls Basketball Preseason Classic. Colonial still with the dribble. Still looking to get that penetration. Hagerty in a 2-3. Actually a one man-to-man.
Nice pass, but can't convert. And put back and one for Cameron Richardson. Foul is called against number 11, Alyssa Hines. That's her first personal foul. The team's second. Colonial's Eccleston, shooting 1.
So Colonial with the long pass, a little too long for Richardson.
Yeah, Eggleston can't quite pull that one in, and it goes out of bounds.
Hagerty trailing 6-2 with possession. Just Cone with the ball at the top of the key. Rotates it right, down low. The baseline drive, trying to kick it out, and we'll have a foul. So discussion between the refs and Hagerty coach.
Now we're trying to figure out, 33 there. Foul was called against number 33, Carson Stevenson.
Long shot, no dice, a rebound, strong rebounding by Barrio. Over to Santos. And score the deuce plus the foul.
Milan Santos gets the basket and a chance to make it a three-point play. Foul is called against number 23, Catherine Castro. That's her first personal foul.
An 8-2 lead taken by Colonial in the early going. Make that 9-2 as the free throw is converted.
Catherine Castro with the dribble, gets it off to her teammate Cone, who goes for three. That's not there, and the rebound goes to the Grenadiers.
Yeah, Marlowe doing some Windex work, comes down the other end, takes it herself, stop, hop, and drop.
Brielle Marlowe picks up two for the Grenadiers.
So an 11-2 lead now for Colonial. Hagerty at the other end, and they'll draw the foul.
Alyssa Hines is fouled on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot two for the Huskies. Foul is called against Grenadiers number 21, Rayanne Eccleston. That's her first personal foul and the team's first. First free throw drops. And the second one as well. Three does not fall for Anaya Brown, but it goes out of bounds off of the Huskies. So we'll stay on Colonial's end of the court. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Again, this is game one of the 2021 Wekiva Girls Basketball Preseason Classic, a proud tradition here at Wekiva High School. They've been hosting, at least since Tommy Butts has been the head coach.
Yeah, and of course this year they're looking to make a fourth consecutive trip to the state championship final.
Eccleston can't get the second chance basket either. That's going to go out of bounds off the Grenadiers. It'll be Huskies ball coming back in.
Yeah, 2:20 remaining, 11-4 Colonial's lead. They've led from start to finish. A bit of a slow start. Nobody scored for the first 80 seconds. Colonial scoring the first, and they have not trailed since then. Along the right sideline, out of bounds, and the ball will remain with Colonial.
Checking into the game for the Huskies, number 5, Hannah Cone. Also into the game for the Grenadiers, Carmen Richardson. Too much time on the inbound, Grenadiers ball.
Down low, the spin, and the deuce drops for Eccleston.
Rayan Eccleston, and one. Foul was called against number 2, Celine Merlin. That's her first personal foul and the team's 5th. Eccleston shooting one.
So the lead now 14-4 for Colonial. Just under 2 minutes before the end of the first quarter. Couple of substitutions for both teams. After this game at 8:30, Wekiva will take on the City of Life from they're out of Kissimmee. In the meantime, Hagerty looking to cut into that lead, trailing 14-4. Hines with the ball down low, and she will draw a foul.
Alyssa Hines is fouled. Foul is called against number 22, Jaden Ross. No, excuse me, that is number 22, Anna Roman, her first.
Action, now Hagerty with the steal. Opportunity to cut into that lead after getting the free throw. Out to half court, Cone brings the ball in and she loses it. Swipe, and off to the races is Brown.
And I have Brown for 2.
Makes the withdrawal.
Foul called against number 5, Anaya Brown. Her first personal foul, the team's 2nd.
Cone with the dribble, extended left. Spinning right, left. Over to the top. Mary Hugh looking for someone to pass to. She finds Stevenson. Down low to Cone, doesn't get the roll. And under a minute in the first quarter. And another foul. We've seen a lot of fouls so far. This is the 6th.
Foul is called against number 22, Jaden Ross. At the line shooting, number 3, Macy Merrihew.
So Mary Hugh will go to the line with, still looking for her first points of the season.
Actually, strike that. Correction, that was called on the floor. So
Okay,
it will
no
be
foul.
Huskies ball. But first, checking into the game for the Grenadiers, number 21, Rayan Eccleston.
So a non-shooting foul. Hagerty inbounds the ball, 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The long pass, the tray attempt. Ooh, didn't catch rim. And
Nice rebound, fading from the action by Brown. And Colonial not able to make anything happen on the fast break, but they'll get a chance to reset here. And it's Camilla Zabinski on the pass from Carmen Richardson.
.20 remaining. Hagerty needs some points, some momentum entering the second quarter. That's Cone. And she draws the foul. 7th foul.
Hold is called against Grenadiers. Number 3, Camilla Zabinski. That's her first, the team's 4th.
So the inbound now, that's Mary Hugh, drops it off along the baseline. Can't make the withdrawal. And Colonial, one last opportunity. They only had 5 seconds to get the ball off and take a shot, but they get a reprieve with the foul.
Push is called against number 33, Carson Stevenson. That's her second personal foul, the team's 7th, and it puts the Grenadiers into bonus. At the line, shooting 1-1, number 10, Carmen Richardson.
So Richardson looking for her 3rd point, no problems. 3.3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And she doesn't get the second. Quick rebound. Gotta get that shot off quickly, and Hagerty will not.
That takes us to the end of the first quarter. It is a 14-point ball game at the end of 8 minutes. 19-5 is your score at the end of the first period. We'll be back from Mustang Arena with the second quarter in just a moment.
Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Colonial and Hagerty duking it out here in the first game of the preseason classic. We just had a turnover, Colonial turning the ball over. They do lead 19-5. Had a slow start in terms of the shooting. Needed about a minute 15 seconds to get that first bucket. Colonial scored it, and they have led from since then. Once again, a 19-5 lead. They're led by Rayanne Eccleston with 6 points. And they will get an opportunity to up that lead once again. They've been moving the ball quickly, looking good in transition. Some inside-outside passing, and it winds up with the tray. Drains the rain.
Milan Santos for 3.
So Santos draining the rain, 22-5 lead now.
Offensive foul is called against number 5, Hannah Cone.
And Colonial with already a 17-point lead early in the second quarter from the tray. That won't drop. From the corner along the baseline.
Stolen under the basket. No, it's going to be a jump ball. Held ball, possession, Huskies. Yeah, Huskies were giving up on that one a little too soon. The Colonial got the ball at the quarter, so it is correctly Hagerty's ball on the held possession. Still nice work there by Nivea Glorioso. While she may not have gotten the turnover, she did get the possession arrow to switch at least. Cone with the three-pointer, not going to fall. Rebound goes to Marlowe, trying to make something happen with the fast break, and she does. Milan Santos on the fast break pass from Brielle Marlowe. Out of bounds, Grenadiers ball. Checking into the game for Colonial, number 10, Carmen Richardson, and for the Huskies, number 23, Catherine Castro. Jaden Ross can't get the three to fall, but another chance coming to the Grenadiers. Can't get that one either, and Carson Stevenson will pick it up for the Huskies. We go to the other end. In transition, Merrihew can't get the three to fall. So this is pretty classic preseason ball here. Not a lot of really well-designed plays. And it looks like we're going to get a turnover here for traveling.
So Hagerty trailing 24-5, shooting under 20%. Colonial in the white jerseys on defense. They got off to a slow start too, but since then have picked it up.
Hannah Cohn picks up the Husky basket. And we've got a turnover. It looks like an inbounding violation called against the Grenadiers, and so an extra free possession coming to Hagerty here.
Cohn with the dribble, extended left. Along the right sideline, working that baseline. Merlin. And a tie ball. Some intense work by Eccleston. And another whistle, exactly 5 minutes before halftime.
Hold is called against number 23, Catherine Castro. That's her second personal foul. The team's ninth at the line, shooting 1-1, will be number 21, Rayanne Eccleston.
So Eccleston, the second leading scorer with 6 at the line, unable to convert that rebound, but gives some Windex work to Ross.
Going to the ground, we're going to get 3 seconds in the key. Huskies ball.
So the Huskies getting a couple turnovers here in the last couple of minutes.
Checking into the game for Hagerty, number 15, Taylor Van Hooser.
And along the baseline, the hop, skip, and a foul.
Alyssa Hines fouled on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul is called against number 12, Brielle Marlowe. That's her first person. Correction, number 21, Rayanne Eccleston. That's her second personal foul. Team's 5th.
So Hines looking to add to her 4 points, and nothing but net. On that free throw, quick outlet to the other end. Colonial showing its explosiveness. Unable to get the basket, but another rebound. And Richardson drains the rain.
Carmen Richardson from Ross.
And that'll bring the lead to 26-9. Colonial dominating from about a minute 20 in on this game. And certainly some more troubles for Hagerty.
And Carson Stevenson throws the ball out of bounds. Grenadiers ball, checking into the game for the Huskies, number 13, Edie Wilkins.
4:21 remaining in the first half. Colonial has led since about a minute 15 in. Neil Fisher alongside Mark Barchi. This is the preseason classic. A turnover. Cone stepping in front of the pack. She'll lead the pass break. And now the dribble drive. Tries to get the withdrawal. And Hagerty got the rebound, but
she was already on the floor, and it looks like they're signaling player control. We'll wait and see what it is.
I can't see who the player is. Now we can. That's number 3. And it is going to be a foul on Hagerty.
Oh.
So there's a stoppage. The ref's talking to Mark, my partner, and the public address announcer. And there's the whistle. 26-9, Colonial in the lead as the ball is brought up the court. Loose
nice
ball.
Deflection there. That was by Edie Wilkins.
And Hagerty has 9 fouls as well, so certainly everything that can go wrong for a team has gone wrong for Hagerty. They have 9 points, 9 fouls. They're shooting under 20% from the floor. It's Windex work, 2 rebounds. And ball still won't fall, but a 4th rebound. That's Ross. And she will also be called for a foul.
No, they're just going to say that she touched it out of bounds.
She did touch it out of bounds.
No foul there.
Okay, well, I know they didn't score points, but certainly emblematic, symbol of this game. 4 consecutive rebounds for Colonial, 3 by Ross. And now they'll have an opportunity getting in front of that pass and getting the turnover. The drive along the line. And
Rio Marlowe picks up 2 for the Grenadiers.
Hagerty trying to come back with a quick answer. Airmail. And another turnover. So Colonial continues to dominate this game. Another turnover for Hagerty. This is the preseason classic. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi on the call from Mustang Arena on the east side of Popka. The tray, drain the rain.
Number 2, Sophia Barrero, 4-3.
And another turnover. Hagerty with the travel.
Traveling, Grenadiers ball.
The broadcast production department headed up by Keith Dickinson, handling the video aspects of the broadcast. And so far, unfortunately, Mark, this has not been much of a contest in terms of competition. 31-9, Colonial scored the first points about a minute 15 in, and they have never trailed.
Foul is called against number 23, Catherine Castro. That's her 3rd personal foul, and it's the team's 10th. That will put the Grenadiers into double bonus at the line, shooting 2, number 5, Anaya Brown.
And as Mark said, 10th foul on Hagerty, so Colonial will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Double bonus, in fact.
Yes, I meant double. I meant double bonus. That's Anaya Brown at the line with 5 points now. 2:24 before halftime. Brown with her second shot. Smooth. So Hagerty comes into this game off a 12-13 season, obviously needing to do some work, needing to look to improve. The steal stepped right in front of it. That was number 3. And
Camila Zabinski steals 2.
So Zabinski making the withdrawal. And 2 minutes exactly before halftime.
Push is called against number 2, Sofia Barrero. That's her first personal foul, the team's 6th. All right, so that's the last free one for Colonial. We're going to be going to the line on every defensive foul for the remainder of the half.
So Hines on defense. Castro with the ball, hands off to Cone, extended left. And the swipe, can't pick it up though, that's Hines. Pass to clear out, get some room, and tie ball. Hines
held ball, possession, Grenadiers.
So Hines trying to drive, lowering the shoulder. But
so yeah, it was Eccleston there that got in the way of that one. And, of course, the stats don't count in this game at all. But if they did count, that is actually a turnover and a steal.
And
Eccleston on the pass from Carmen Richardson.
And on the other end, Eccleston with the withdrawal. Hagerty trying to do that cross-court passing. They've been somewhat successful. But really, all it's basically done is allow them to keep possession. They really haven't been able to get any penetration off of that cross-court passing. And Cone with the long trade, now no good, in the long outlet. Zabinski drawing the foul.
Camilla Zabinski is fouled on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Grenadiers. Foul is called against number 33, Carson Stevenson, her 3rd.
So Zabinski at the line looking to add to the 37-9 lead. And you know, Mark, it's really not really any easy way or way to sugarcoat this. This has been a total domination by Colonial. And
yeah, of course. I mean, if you follow Central Florida girls basketball, and I know many of our Wekiva fans do, you know that Colonial is a name to keep your eye on every year.
To reckon with. They were only 16-10 last year, but they did get into the playoffs.
Number 2, Sofia Barrero on the pass from Richardson.
And another interception looking like the previous. This time, though, Hagerty, as you like to say, Mark, one good turn deserves another. Loose ball. Wow, and Richardson hits the ground, and we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout, Grenadiers. 34 seconds remaining in the first half. Grenadiers take their first timeout of the game. It'll be a 30-second timeout. And we'll be back here at Mustang Arena with the conclusion of the first half here in Game 1.
A 41-9 lead by Colonial as we get down to the last 33 seconds in the white uniforms, looking to increase that lead. The turn, the spin, the pass, the rebound, and making the withdrawal.
Kamila Zabinski with a second chance basket for the Grenadiers.
So 43-9, and again, Mark, this has not been not much competition. Colonial's led from about minute 15 in, and now as we approach the last 15 seconds of the first half, we might actually have that 35-point lead at halftime. We will not.
That takes us to the end of the first half. The Grenadiers with a commanding lead at the end of the opening 2 quarters here in Game 1 of the 2021 Wekiva Girls Basketball Preseason Classic. We're going to take a break, and we will be back with you in the second half right after the break. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief, and we are ready to take you through the third quarter of what so far has been all Colonial.
Yeah, Colonial scoring about a minute, 15 seconds in. They converted a free throw, got a turnover, and then scored off of that turnover. And that's pretty much been the story of the game as Hagerty drops the tray.
Alyssa Hines.
So at least Hagerty will come out, start off the second quarter hot, second half. And the answer from Zabisky. So Hagerty looking to make some inroads into what is now a 34-point deficit. Of course, the running clock comes into effect with a 35-point lead, and we will not get it on that go. Cone grabs the ball, and Hagerty will not be able to get a shot off. The turnovers continue. So Colonial looking to get that 35-point lead, which would bring the running clock into effect. Kicked out. And we are at 37-point lead. Santos draining the rain. 49-12. So again, running clock. That means the clock will not stop. The only time it will stop is if a coach calls a timeout in between the third and fourth quarters. This is the opening game, not only of the preseason classic, the Wekiva preseason classic for women's basketball, but of the season. Of course, it is preseason, so it does not count on the record. The stats do not count. The wins and losses do not count. But nonetheless, if you're Colonial, you certainly have to feel good about this result. Coming out as strong and as playing as well as they have.
Camilla Zabinski for three.
So Zabinski with a pair of trays. That'll bring the lead to 40 points. Early in the third quarter. We are in a running clock situation, though. 35 points is the margin. And some more miscues for Hagerty, the back and forth. Turnover. Richardson inbounds the ball to Santos. Another attempt for Zabisky. This one does not drop, but doing Windex is Richardson. She can't get the withdrawal. And Hagerty will come back the other way. Cone will try the tray. And yes, drain the rain for the Huskies. And a quick timeout after that draining the rain.
Hannah Cone gets the three-point basket for the Huskies, and we'll call a 30-second timeout taken by Hagerty. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Preseason classic action going on here with Colonial clearly in control of this one.
Yeah, Colonial shot 51%. Hagerty, they're in the blue, and they just pulled down a rebound 21%. They actually shot under 20 in the first half. It's gone up a little bit in the second half. It's Colonial. Brown on the slash and dash and the finger roll.
Anaya Brown, coast to coast for the Grenadiers.
This is the first game of the Wekiva preseason classic, women's basketball. We will play a total of 4, 2 tonight and then 2 on Thursday after this game at 8:30. City of Life, they're from Kissimmee. They will take on the host team, Wekiva Mustangs.
Hold is called against number 3, Camilla Zabinski. That's her second personal foul, the team's first of this half. Checking into the game for Colonial, number 12, Brielle Marlowe.
We are in a running clock situation, 54-15. 35 points in the second half brings out that running clock as Hagerty will turn the ball over again. Hagerty came in off a 12-13 season, so while certainly not known as a state powerhouse like Colonial is, a respectable performance, a respectable team, but they have been done little right tonight. Of course, they have given it their best effort. It's certainly not a matter of hustle, but just quite frankly, Colonial has been the better team no matter how you look at it. A rare mistake by Colonial, the turnover, as we approach 3 minutes in the third quarter. Neil Fisher alongside Mark Barchi. And handling the video aspects of the broadcast, as always, is the Wekiva broadcast production crew headed up by Keith Dickinson. Thank you for joining us on a Tuesday night as we kick off winter sports, and in particular women's basketball. Long shot. As a matter of fact, that was a tray, no rim. Ball goes out of bounds, and Colonial will take possession with 2:40 remaining and the clock continuing to run.
Checking into the game for the Grenadiers, number 2, Sofia Barrero.
So Colonial scored on a free throw about a minute 15 seconds into this game. They then took a turnover. They swiped the ball off the dribble, got the easy layup, took the lead to 3-0, and they have not looked back since then. As we now approach 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So Wekiva, the host team, they play at 8:30 against City of Life as the heel, ball bounces off the heel, couple quick passes after the rebound from Hagerty, and they'll try to set up. Wekiva is looking to go to a 4th consecutive state championship final this season. And they also have some unfinished business. They've lost those last 2 finals, giving up leads late.
Carmen Richardson got into the splash zone there in the crowd.
So we'll talk more about Wekiva, obviously, during their game against the City of Life. But there's your basic 3-sentence summary, Mark, of Wekiva, state powerhouse. And the Windex.
Bree Marlowe for 2.
Making the withdrawal as we approach the end of the third quarter, 58-15, the Colonial lead. And they'll get another turnover.
It was Jaden Ross there that got the pick. Nice pass under, and we're going to get a foul.
Tic-tac-toe passing.
Sofia Barrero is fouled on the attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul is called against number 13, Edie Wilkins. That's her second personal foul. The team's second of this half. At the line, shooting 2, Sofia Barrero.
Barrero with 5 points. And that turnover was like, you might say, a defensive back or a cornerback, a member of the secondary in football. She jumped the route, just stepped right in front of the intended player and tipped the pass. And we've seen at least half a dozen of those turnovers tonight by Colonial. As Mark said, Brielle Marlowe checks in, 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Hagerty bringing the ball up. Spin by Stevenson, a shot, loose ball. Colonial with one last opportunity. That's Barrero. The bounce pass and making the withdrawal.
Another Brown from Sofia Barrero, and that will be the last word of the third period. 8 minutes remaining here at Mustang Arena in Game 1 of our 2021 Wekiva Girls Basketball Preseason Classic.
The Wekiva Preseason's Classic for women's basketball. The first game, Colonial in Hagerty. Wekiva, the host team, will play at 8:30. This has not been a very competitive game. Try to be nice about that, but the reality is the score is 59-15 as we begin this fourth quarter. Colonial, that was Brown, in and out. And Colonial, the Grenadier bench, certainly thought that ball was going to drop. They rose in unison, and you could hear a ooh as the ball rolled out. So we are also in a running clock situation. A 35-point lead in the second half establishes that running clock.
Foul called against number 5, Anaya Brown. Her second personal foul, the team's second of the half.
The clock will not stop except for a timeout. The rest of the way, stop, pop, and drop. Score the deuce for Cone.
Cone picks up 2 for the Huskies. So that was Cone.
Now Brown over to Barrero, down in the right corner. No tray for Patterson. And Hagerty will come back, an opportunity to get a couple of baskets in a row. Will not be able to connect. Hagerty keeping the ball alive. The baseline drive. And the withdrawal does not fall. 6.5 remaining, 59-17. Colonial has led pretty much from start to finish. They took the lead on a free throw with 1:15 into the game. And as the saying goes, they have not looked back since then. The inbound pass, and it was intercepted. Another turnover, 30-plus turnovers for Hagerty. And as my partner Mark Barchi says, one good turn deserves another. 4 consecutive turnovers. Cone slides through that left extended area of the baseline. Basket does not drop.
Foul is called against number 23, Catherine Castro. That's her 4th personal foul, the team's 3rd of this half.
So Colonial, a perennial state qualifier, perennial state playoffs qualifier. Didn't have a great record, at least not the record that you're normally used to seeing at 16-10, but nonetheless qualified for the playoffs. As we get the withdrawal from number
Rayanne
21.
Eccleston gets the putback for the Grenadiers. All right.
But nonetheless, Colonial with that 16-10 record did qualify for the state playoffs. They won a couple games before losing in the 3rd round, which is the regional final. And certainly they look like they have picked up where they have left off with the 61-17 lead. Just under 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Cone again doing some Windex work. She brings it down herself, just nowhere to go. And will come the other way with Colonial. The juke, the jive, the spin, and the foul called. That's Richardson drawing the foul.
Foul is called against Huskies, number 11, Alyssa Hines. That's her 2nd personal foul, and it's the team's 4th.
So Richardson at the line. She has 5 points. The host school, the Wekiva Mustangs, will take on the City of Life out of Kissimmee. That game is scheduled to start at 8:30. And the rebound by Richardson over to Zabinski, and she rolls the ball in.
Zabinski with the assist from Carmen Richardson.
And another pass, an interception, long pass to Zabinski. And the easy layup, making the withdrawal 63-17.
Camilla Zabinski once again.
And palming the ball So the turnovers continue for Hagerty, 30 plus now. 3 minutes remaining. There's been a total domination from Colonial, the perennial state playoff qualifier. Taking the lead, 1:15 in on a free throw. They then forced a turnover and got the nice easy withdrawal, the layup. To take
Carmen
a 3-0
Richardson
lead.
on the Grenadier layup.
So following that first free throw, they get the turnover. That's Colonial. And they then make a layup to take a 3-0 lead, and they have just been extending the lead since then. Now
Timeout Huskies. Full timeout requested by Hagerty. We'll be back from Mustang Arena following this break. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief, ready to take you through the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds of this game number 1 here in the preseason classic.
And we are in a running clock situation. A 35-point lead during the second half does establish that running clock.
Colonial with a 67-17 lead. Hagerty trying to close out the game on a strong note with some strong play. So stay tuned. Tune back in at 8:30. The host school Wekiva will be taking on the City of Life out of Kissimmee. That game's scheduled to start at 8:30. Wekiva will then take on these very same Hagerty Huskies Thursday, the 11th at 8:30. Hagerty in the blue jerseys as we drop under 2 minutes. And we'll have a foul. Remember, running clock, so the clock will continue to run while Colonial shoots. Or actually, it's not going to be a free throw shooting, but
Foul is called on the floor against number 11, Milan Santos. That's her first personal foul. And the team's third.
But during this stoppage, that clock will continue to run. 1:20 remaining now. And another turnover, 35 plus for Hagerty. So a complete domination by Colonial as we approach 1 minute. The Windex work. Ross, couple rebounds but can't get the basket. So as this game comes to an end, Colonial will win this game rather easy. They scored the first 3 points about 1:15 in. They have not trailed since then. Colonial, a perennial state playoff qualifier. Looks like they have picked up where they left off last season after making a run to the regional final, the round of 8. Hagerty came in on a 12-13 record, certainly a respectable record, but they certainly are going to have some work to do. And once again, the next game, the host school Wekiva will be taking on the City of Life. That game's scheduled to start at 8:30. Wekiva will be looking to go back to a 4th consecutive state championship final as the last 5 seconds ticked off, and we're not going to get one more basket. And so your final score, with Colonial leading from pretty much the start to the finish, 67-17.
That takes us to the end of Game 1 of our preseason classic here at Wekiva High School. We want to thank those of you who joined us here in the arena for coming out to support your Husky and Grenadier athletes. Don't go anywhere. We've got more preseason classic action coming your way right after a break for the warm-up of game number 2.